Greetings everyone, I'm Kurt. The end of 2017 is upon us, so that means we're in the time period where everyone gets to reflect on all the things they've done and who they become and the goals they want to set, but most importantly, we get to look at all the crap that we consumed and decide what the best of it was. And I bet you to your surprise you didn't know I was going to be doing video games, now did you? So opposed to just doing what I think is the game of the year, I'm going to be doing 3. And doing one would just be, you know, not as exciting as doing a countdown. Okay, number 3. Super Mario Odyssey is one of the most rewarding game experiences I've had this year and probably have had for a damn long time. Super Mario Odyssey is something of a time capsule, I feel like, for several generations of Mario, just so wonderfully tied into a nice, neat little package. Because Mario has this ability to capture enemies, the game is constantly throwing new mechanics at you, constantly making you look at an environment differently and what you can do to do certain things in crazy, weird ways. Nintendo gives the player so many methods and so many ideas, but so much of the game is left up to the creativity of the player, and it's Nintendo's ability to allow them to play however they want, which just makes it brilliant. It's also just so damn charming between the soundtrack and its design and the world and its characters. Game number 2. Wolfenstein The New Colossus. I don't even know where to begin with this game. There are moments in this game that made me freak out and flail and squeal with both excitement and distress. Simply put, Machine Games pivoted this franchise in a way I could have never foreseen it, in such a way that when I think of Wolfenstein, I no longer think of killing Nazis, but instead I immediately associate it with its character, specifically BJ Blazkowicz. Wolfenstein 2 needs to be held on a pedestal for its character writing and its complexity, and for those of you who value single player experiences, put your fucking money where your mouth is and buy this goddamn game. And the new Colossus does things that I just simply don't see done in other AAA games, especially big action-packed first-person shooters. So admittedly, this was a close call for getting first, but my biggest reason why it's second is because without its story, it's a really good first-person shooter, but with its story, it's a phenomenal first-person shooter. At the end of the day, it's not completely reshaping the genre. And that isn't to say that a game needs to reshape the genre to become Game of the Year. It's just that its biggest competitor is my number 1 Game of the Year, which is probably an obvious to a lot of people, and I'm sure it's going to be getting on a lot of lists, but none other than The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild challenged my creativity as a player, unlike any games before it. Some may want to argue its authenticity to the series, but when holding Breath of the Wild on its own merits, it is a marvel in designing an open world that is constantly engaging the player in unexpected ways. I will never forget climbing, remind you, up to the first snowy mountain where there was these 2 ornately placed trees and there was just this giant rock that I rolled down the hill, and as I rolled down the hill, it began to build up snow into a giant ball where it went right through both those trees. I did that purely for my amusement, just to be like, yo, I can do that. But when it unlocked a Korok, I flipped the fuck out because I sincerely wasn't expecting that. And because of that one single moment of me just kind of aimlessly rolling a ball down a hill because I could, it then challenged me to think, well, what else could I do? What other crap could I mess with? And in doing so, I'm constantly rewarded with trying out weird shit. And also, for a franchise that's been criticized over and over again for following a formulaic design, Nintendo somehow managed to not only reshape how we look at the Zelda series, but also completely reinvent an already existing genre. And I think that is a testament to Nintendo's influence on the industry and the video game medium. It's fucking amazing. It's good. Games I didn't get the chance to play that I desperately wanted to this year that may have totally swayed some of these choices were A Night in the Woods, Tacoma, Paradigm was one that I really wanted to get to. Nier 1, Neo was one that caught my eye a bit. What is your game of the year? What is your list of games that you thought were incredible this year? I think we had a pretty good damn run in 2017. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't or haven't, follow me on stuff. I talk a lot and post my blogs and other bits and snippets throughout the week on my Twitter and also my Instagram at Kurt_Indovina. So if you just want to keep up to date with all the other jibber jabber that I pursue, look no further than there. Till next week. All right, that's it. Okay, bye.